Hi, I'm Bill Lampton, and today you and I are going to have a conversation in a very different setting. Often I produce my videos in my office, but today it's so gorgeous outdoors that I decided to share with you some of the beauty that we have been experiencing lately in northeast Georgia. I live in Gainesville, near Atlanta, and I'm sitting now on the deck behind my office building, a place I very much like to go when I take a work break. As you know from following the national news, we've had a severe drought in Georgia, and yet, for some strange reason, we've still had the blessing of all these wonderful colors around us. The greens and the yellows and the purples and the bright reds, which adorn us every fall. One of the reasons I enjoy living here is the beauty of the change of the seasons. Today, in this lovely setting, I want to talk with you about a topic that I found out was very important to all of us in the workforce when, almost exactly 2 years ago to this date, I issued a special report on this topic, muzzling the motor mouths. I received more email feedback from that one article, that one special report, than from almost anything I've ever written. And it's not really too surprising because we're all confronted by people in the workplace who unfortunately act like blabbermouths. And we need to know how to control them. They're everywhere. You're just working on something that's terrifically important to you, and here they come. What do you do about it? In the first place, learn some nonverbal signals that you can give to the long-winded person. One is when they're coming along and you're working on your computer, don't make eye contact with them. Just keep typing away. Keep working on your computer. Acknowledge vocally that they're there. Say hi, maybe even start a short conversation. But indicate that you're not getting away from your work. Well, you may say, Bill, isn't this a bit rude? No, it is not. Because this person could be extremely rude and intrusive, taking a lot of your valuable time. So no, it's not only your right, but your obligation to protect your time so that you can have the greatest productivity during your work day. Look at your watch. That's usually a signal. And then again, one that can be very effective is stand up when this person enters the room. If you remain seated and you invite them to sit down, that simply suggests that they're there for the long haul, and that's not what you want. Another thing that you can do is to explain to the person why you really don't have time to talk, and nearly always you've got a very legitimate reason. Well, Fred, what you're saying sounds really interesting, and I'd like to follow up on it some other time, but you know, tomorrow I've got that budget meeting and I'm working against a tight deadline to prepare my facts for that, so you'll understand that I'll have to get back to you later. Notice what you've done there. You've put the ball in your court, and so it's less likely that the person will then come contact you. They will wait for your contact. Something else you can do is to announce at the outset a time limit. Well, Barbara, hi. Good to see you. I know you're on your coffee break. I've got 5 minutes to talk with you. What can we cover in that 5 minutes? You've done that courteously, you see, but you have established important boundaries. And then something else, when you know that you're going to be talking with a long-winded person, when you get some head notice of it or an invitation to meet with them, always make sure that you meet in their office and not yours. The reason is fairly obvious. It's much easier for you to get up and excuse yourself from their office than it is to try to usher them out of yours. And then one more way to keep the person brief is, after they have been talking, what is a reasonable amount of time, you can say to them, well, Arnold, what you're saying sounds very interesting and has some value, and I'd like to share it with other people. Would you please take just 2 or 3 sentences and sum it up so I make sure that I understand you correctly? Here again, you have set the boundaries. Well, it may be that you have some ways of dealing with motor mouths that I haven't mentioned. I'd love to get them. Email them to me, please, because I'm always looking for more suggestions along those lines. To bring it to a close, just remember that no one has the right to monopolize your time. You're the person in control of it, and you're going to answer for how you use that time. So keep in mind these and other tactful ways to muzzle the motor mouths and to get as much done as you can every day. Thanks very much for being with me. I'm Bill Lampton.